one of my colleagues, Obina Boss Obiora, said something interesting, and we didn't even think about it when we were busy anticipating the European Super League. He said, so if this Europa League has succeeded, this music will no longer have happened. This "We are the champions," that is, this song will end, and they will bring one song like that and be playing in place of this one. Hey, okay, mistake. Thank God the European Super League did not succeed, because this Champions League anthem is, is something. The guys who wrote this song, the guys who composed it, the guys who brought it to the Champions League, everything about the song is so perfect, such that if your club is not playing in the Champions League and you hear this song, you will be in misery. Yeah, goosebumps. You wish that you're in the Champions League. But if your club is in the Champions League and you hear it, you feel the glory of having made the cut. So today is Thursday, by the way. It's the day of Europa League, when all the smaller clubs like Manchester United and Arsenal will be playing, at the Europa League, the second level European competition. All right, but then we have to play today because of yesterday, when Manchester City did what the champions do always, which is to win, and win resoundingly. We always knew Man City as a team that always loosened up when it matters the most at the Champions League, but not yesterday night. What they did yesterday, fact, we're all in awe, especially seeing that it was a game of two different halves. The first half was PSG's half, and we thought they were going to come back and finish the job, but instead, the second half, Man City came and showed us why they have so desperately wanted to win the Champions League, such that after that display yesterday night, I'm sure the rest of the three clubs remaining, talking about Chelsea and then Kadafia, Real Madrid, okay, the two other clubs, they are now scared about the pressure of playing Manchester City, especially the Man City we saw yesterday, playing without even a recognized striker, and yet playing so dominantly. Oh, family yesterday. Yeah, somebody's already telling me on Facebook, JJ, you don't sing playing Champions League song on Thursday. Ask for God's forgiveness. All right. At least today, let Man United fans and Arsenal fans enjoy the Champions League anthem, because we're using it to talk about yesterday. It's not something that happens every day. For you to, you're not in the Champions League. You want to enjoy senior joke. To enjoy this song, to enjoy senior joke. Alright, don't mind me, Arsenal and Man United fans. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you and welcome to Sapientia Fans Zone. Today, it is a very beautiful Thursday afternoon, 29th April 2021. Right here on 95.3 FM, in the studio of 95.3 FM Radio Sapientia. And it is the day after the day that Manchester did the great things at the Champions League. They produced what we will all call a superb display, coming from behind to take control of the Champions League semi-final tie with a win against PSG away in France. Our family yesterday. Of course, PSG, like I said earlier, dominated the opening 45 minutes of the game. Neymar was in his element, and PSG were a constant threat, even though this guy was not in the game. Talking about Kylian Mbappe. He was physically on the pitch, but then he couldn't do anything. Maybe because he was coming up from injury and he was not fully fit and they played him. Or maybe because it was not his night. But then yesterday, he was playing -1. But then Angel Di Maria was there, and then Neymar. And these guys held Manchester City, played them like small boys in the first half. 15 minutes into the game, they got their well-deserved winner. Well-deserved opener. A corner kick from, of course, Angel Di Maria, converted by McQueen-Host. And they kept on from there, creating more chances, threatening on the break, and we actually thought it was going to be more like a procession to another Champions League final in the next successive year after their match last year. But then what happened? Pep Guardiola and Man City had other ideas. These guys came back and they were so positive, and they never ever gave up until the 64th minute when they got their equalizer. All right, Kevin De Bruyne played a cross. I mean, it was a cross that later turned out to be a very beautiful goal. In the way the ball bounced off the ground and went in, and the goalkeeper Keylor Navas was just there, ruining the mistake. Riyad Mahrez, very delicious free kick, converted 2-1. And to complete PSG's misery, their midfielder, talking about the former Everton guy, Idrissa Gueye, the Senegalese, he was shown a red card for a dreadful challenge on Ilkay Gundogan. And it's just 6 days now for PSG to gather their thoughts together. Alright? But these guys have come back from the Champions League loss earlier. Remember, they came from 2 goals down to win 32 with the last kick of the match against Ajax in 2019 before they reached the final. Alright? And they still have Neymar, they still have Mbappe, and they've actually come back from the dead before in the Champions League. So it's not like it's impossible. But then, it is Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, and the way they did the job yesterday now means that PSG have to even import foreign help, supernatural beliefs, and all the rest of that for them to have any chance next week in that game. And kudos to Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen. Pep Guardiola, the way he sets up his team to play, the way he plays, we know he's Pep Guardiola. You cannot, he has gotten a lot of praise, and rightly so. What this guy has done in football, it took only last season before Bayern Munich could equal what he did in 2009 with Barcelona, winning all the trophies available. And from there, he has been so well, so that when he lost the league to Real Madrid, he went to recharge his battery for 1 year. And he went back to Bayern Munich. He has done so well, amassing a number of trophies wherever he went. He's been very successful. But then he couldn't win the Champions League in Germany. And right now at Manchester City, he said that after all his tenure, if he does not win the Champions League, he should be considered a failure. Alright? And now that they are finally close, just very close, dangerously close to reaching a final for the first time in their career, maybe, just maybe, with Pep Guardiola really wanting to win the Champions League, and Man City having pumped in everything they can to reach the finals of the Champions League, maybe it's now their time. You know, one thing about this Champions League pendulum is that it swings. Swing Galonia, you understand? It can easily swing the way of Real Madrid because they know how to win it. They are 13 times winners, and they have it all to do against Chelsea. It can still be in their favor, and it can also still be in the favor of Chelsea, seeing that Chelsea may be repeating 2012 like we've talked about here, and it can also swing in the way of PSG, seeing that PSG may also be repeating history. But I tell you, it can also swing, and maybe right now Man City has changed the odds on the last 4 teams in the Champions League with that spectacular display yesterday night. And there's something about Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. I don't have all the time in the world to just dwell on them. Lots of things to talk about today. Man United and Arsenal have their game today. Oh, tata about their day. But then on the premise of what we saw yesterday night, Pep played without a striker. Sergio Aguero even was able to make the bench. There was no striker in that game. And PSG had Kylian Mbappe, had Neymar, had Angel Di Maria. And these guys who were playing without a striker still found a way to neutralize the potency of PSG without a striker, and got 2 precious away goals in France to turn the tie and have 1 leg at the finals. Because Pep Guardiola, he has played without a striker for most part of this season. And how he does it, Pep Guardiola, in the Premier League, he has scored more goals than everybody else this season. And he has conceded less goals also than everybody else. That is, at the same time, he is scoring more and conceding less than everybody else. And yet, he is doing this with just players you look at and you're not like, For instance, if we remove Kevin De Bruyne with all these injuries and all his profile, if we remove Kevin De Bruyne from that team and we ask you, okay, pick a player here and give him the PFA